Hey guys, how are you? Welcome back to my channel. On today's video, I wanted to do something because I watched a video from Jamie Page. She was talking about luxury products that are worth the money and luxury products that are not worth the money. So on this video, I want to just focus on products that are worth the money, that are luxury, that are expensive. I'm gonna focus on high-end makeup, but the one that's on the pricier side when you compare it to other products in the same category. And I'm gonna value them and say if they're worth the money according to how much I use them and the quality of them when I use them. So if you want to see the products that I chose that are luxury products that are worth the money, then just keep on watching. So I'm gonna start with brushes, and brushes for me are something that is in a lot of ways more important, or is one of the most important investments that you can do when you start to do your own makeup or do makeup on other people. High-end brushes or high-quality brushes, they don't have to be high-end, but they have to be high-quality brushes, change your makeup game. For me, the best brand overall of makeup brushes that I've ever tried is Wayne Goss brushes. I have here one that I've been using to buff my face, and he always comes up with a holiday brush at the end of the year. These are pricier brushes. They go from $30 to $80. I have one that was a collector's item. I call it my Harry Potter brush, and it's a beautiful, beautiful brush that he just made for collection purposes. But every single brush that I own from him, the eye blending brushes, they are amazing. So definitely these are worth the money. I have the face collection, the eye collection, and I have, I think, all of the holiday brushes except for one that I wasn't able to get. These are just wonderful. I would highly recommend them if you're looking for a brush, and if you're thinking about it, and if you're thinking if it's worth it, then these are definitely worth it. Now, going in the order of my face, of how I do my face, this product is something that's really expensive, but it's really wonderful. This is the Bobbi Brown Vitamin Enriched Face Base, and this is not a cheap product. It's not a Tom Ford product by any means, but it's not a cheap product or affordable product, but it's so wonderful. If you have drier skin and you want something that can make your foundation look completely flawless, or if you have an oily skin but you're trying a foundation that's maybe good for your oils but it's really too drying on you, then this is the perfect makeup base. If you don't have issues with humidity in your weather, this can make any foundation on any skin type look way more flawless than any other primer. I think this is one of the best products out there. I also love the scent of it, and I've used it on every single skin type, and I think it's perfect just to start your makeup. Now, this is not a concealer, it's not a foundation, it's not a tinted moisturizer. It's pricey, of course, but it's worth every penny. This is the Kevyn Aucoin Sensual Skin Enhancer, and this product in particular, I have it in 4 shades, and I've loved it for ages. I've never gone through a spot of this one. I've never gone through one. This one has been well loved. I removed a little bit of it and I put it in a Vocette palette for my makeup artistry kit. So this is a product that it has a learning curve to it. You have to learn how to use it for sure because it's a thick product, but it's a multitasking product as well. You can use the tiniest amount and cover any pimple that you want. You can cover a tattoo with it. You can just do a full face foundation and a full high coverage foundation, but you can also do a lightweight foundation if you mix it with a moisturizer or with a hydrating primer. You can put oil into it and just make it a little bit more emollient. It's a multi-purpose product. I used it when I first got it on a trip, and I used it as my concealer and my foundation on the same trip. I would mix it with a moisturizer to make it my foundation all over my face, and then I would use it as a concealer under my eyes and on any pimple that I would have, and it's a beautiful product. I think it's definitely worth the money because this is a high price makeup, but it's so highly pigmented that the amount that you need for anything you're gonna do, it's just insane. I love that the space that it takes is a small space, but that it can cover so much, literally and just in the categories that we're talking. So concealer, then tinted moisturizer, foundation, then pimple type of concealer, corrector. You can use it for anything, tattoo cover up, and it's just one of the best and most versatile foundation products that I've found in the market. For powders, you guys know that I love my Laura Mercier translucent powder. That's my true love. That's something that I use every day. But when I want to use a powder that's a colored powder to put in my purse, that's an actual pressed powder, I go to my Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish powder, and this is a micro powder. This is so finely milled, and I think Jamie Page talked about this. I'm oily, and this is one of those powders that you can keep retouching your face with it, and it never makes you look cakey. And when you put it in your under eyes, it never enhances anything. The way it's made, there's an ingredient, I think it's beeswax, something waxy that it has, or rose wax, something. It makes it just melt into your skin and never makes your skin look powdery. Because even oily skin people, I'm combination to oily, even oily skin people can look cakey and can look powdery if you don't take into account the product that you're using. And then this product, it just works flawlessly in every type of skin type. Jamie Page is super dry and I'm combination to oily, and it works for me and it works for her. And I just wish I had it in a lighter shade. I have number 2 and number 3 for my makeup artistry kit, and this one I've used it mostly on myself, but I wish I had number 1 for now that I'm more on the fair side. I would repurchase this time after time. This is the second time that I've repurchased it, and I bought 2 colors. That's how much I love it. I have another powder here, and this would be completely gone if I would have purchased it in the right shade. I don't know why I've always had a complex that I want to look super tan and that I'm gonna self tan every day, which is far away from the truth. So I purchased this. This is the Luminous Silk Giorgio Armani Foundation Compact, and this is in the shade 6.5. You can see that it's way darker than I am, but this is a wonderful powder. I think in a lot of ways I prefer this one over this one when I want a more full coverage foundation, but at the same time this is way more luminous than this one. This will mattify you and then it will let you keep your natural shine, but this one will make your foundation look dewy in a way right away after you apply it. It's the Luminous Silk in a powder. It's just perfection, and it melts into your skin as well. You never look cakey from it, but it's just too dark for me. I'm hoping that I can just get it in the right shape for me eventually, and that I can maybe put this in a project pan to finish it up, even as a bronzer or something, or just finally wear self-tan even in this quarantine. But I would highly recommend this powder. I think nobody talks about it. It was a product that I think Kathleen Lights used to talk about it. I purchased it because I just wanted to try it since I love the Luminous Silk foundation. I remember Kathleen Lights talking about it, and then nobody else talked about it ever since. And I just find that it's an underrated powder. The packaging is beautiful, it's luxury, and it's definitely worth it. For me, highlighter is just one of my favorite products to purchase. A few highlighters are not that worthy of a huge price tag, but this one in particular that I'm gonna show you, these are not cheap highlighters and they are so good. This is the Burberry highlighter. I only seem to find it at Nordstrom nowadays because one of these was sent to me by Influencer, and then the other one I purchased at Sephora when Sephora was carrying Burberry Beauty. So this one was the one that I purchased on my own, and this was a limited edition one, and then they made it permanent. This is the nude gold highlighting palette. And then the print on it is just perfection, but the color, I'm gonna just swatch it because you guys need to see this. Like, this is just a beautiful color. This is one of the most unique highlighters in my collection, and having it in 2 shades let me appreciate how good the formula is, because you know, sometimes you buy a product and the formula changes in between colors of the product, but you can see here this is rose gold and then this is nude gold, and they are both the same. This is not a highlighter that will enhance every single thing that you hate about your face. This will highlight on point. It's similar for me to the NARS highlighting palettes or the highlighting products that they have, they are not those highlighters that will enhance texture as much. Of course, if you have something that you don't wanna enhance, don't put highlighter on it. But this is not gonna extremely enhance anything that you have. And some highlighters enhance things that you didn't know you had. So this is a great formula. I love them. This is one of my favorite formula of highlighters, and I think they're super underrated as well. I wanted to share this product in particular. This is the Laura Mercier Caviar Stick. But this one in particular, I'm in love with. And also, I have Cocoa, and Cocoa I think is wonderful. But these are $29 each. For me, for one eyeshadow, that's a pricey tag. That for me is luxury. But this one, this color in particular, like I said, is worth every penny. This is Metallic Taupe. And I'm gonna swatch it right here so that you guys can see it right away. You can see how extremely metallic and beautiful that is. And that's what I have as an inner corner highlight, buffed out with a brush. But you can see it right here on my hand, how it reflects the light. I just love this. I find this to be beautiful. You can see that I've used it a ton. You can see I already rolled it down, and you can see that it takes a while for it to come back up, because I've been using it since I got it almost every single day, and it's one of those products that I don't want to run out of it, and that even when I carry it on my makeup artist kit, I want to use it in every client as an inner corner highlight. It's just beautiful. It's just truly beautiful, and I would highly recommend try Metallic Taupe or try the metallic formula if you're into shimmery eyeshadow, because they are wonderful. And these are the type of products that will not budge, whether you have an oily eyelid, whether you have creases on your eyes, or whether you have a hooded eye, because I've tried it on every single client. And when they have oily eyelids, I always prime beforehand, but I use this without any primer and they will not budge. The smokiness that I have on my outer corner, it's from this shade. It's called Burnish Bronze, and this one doesn't budge either. So any of the colors that I have, and then on my inner corner I have Cocoa. I use this every day, and you can see is this one right here. These, when they set, they don't budge, so you have to do it one eye at a time, but they are so stunning, so stunning. So Metallic Taupe is for sure worth the money as a luxury eyeshadow. Now, for eyeshadows, Natasha Denona, the Sunrise palette, Natasha Denona, any palette, the 5-pan palettes, the big palettes, the medium-sized palettes, they are all wonderful. I have never tried the mini ones. The 5-pan, the 27-pan, the 15 pans, and then the midi ones with 15 pans as well, they are all wonderful. The eyeshadow formula is just perfection. I have never used Pat McGrath. This eyeshadow palette is what I'm using today on my eyes with the Caviar Sticks from Laura Mercier. These never fails me. I feel like every time she comes up with a palette, I just want it, because they are all high performance palettes. I know that they are not cheap, but I know that there's a reason for that. And when you take the time to do the math and take into account the amount of product that each eyeshadow has, and when you compare it to other eyeshadows, like Makeup Geek, for example, then when you do the math, these are extremely high quality eyeshadows. I'm not saying Makeup Geek is not, but they don't compete with Natasha Denona. And these are basically the same price when you end up doing the math. So it's a high quality eyeshadow for a good price. It's a fair price. And I love that when she does the midi palettes like this one, then this is exactly half the price of the 15 palette that's the regular size. So she's not one of those brands that is just, okay, so then these are midi and I'm gonna put them in a higher price tag because of the packaging and stuff. No, she's fair with the pricing. She knows the price of her eyeshadows, and when she makes them smaller, she knows the price of half of the eyeshadow. And I love that about Natasha Denona. And I think you can find great palettes within her line. For me, the Sunrise, the Gold palette, and the Viva palette are definitely my favorite. This bronzer is just something out of this world because it comes with 25 grams of product, and it's a beautiful matte bronzer. It smells amazing. You're never gonna hit pan on it, or if you use it every day, you're gonna hit pan on it, but it will take you a long time to finish it. and the price ends up being way more affordable than a lot of other high-end bronzers that are cheaper in a way when you see the amount that this comes up with. And I'm thinking about doing a video about that because this has been getting hyped since it was released, but this is definitely not hyped enough when it comes to the value of the product that comes inside it. And I love the size of the packaging. If you only have one bronzer, if you only have a small makeup bag, and you carry only one bronzer, this is definitely one of the bronzers that you want to invest your money in because this will last you ages and you would be getting a lot of bang for your buck for sure. And then I don't know if you guys consider this one luxury, but NARS blushes. For me, they are luxury blushes, even though they're not the price of a Tom Ford blush, even though there's a whole lot of brands. This is, for me, luxury, and the feel of the NARS blushes is luxury. I'm going to show you here Orgasm X, which is one of my favorite things in my collection right now. It's just a beautiful, beautiful corally blush. I'm going to swatch it for you. And it's this one right here. Of course, that's a heavy swatch because you can blend it out and it will look beautiful. Right now, it's not going to blend a lot, but I wouldn't apply that amount on my cheeks anyway. But it will give you the most beautiful look. And NARS blushes, you can find them in about 40 shades, different shades for every skin type with different finishes. Matte, lusters, then you can find ones that are matte with a little speckles of glitter. Then you can find ones that are metallic, then the shimmering ones that are sort of like a cream. They have different type of blushes in every single shade that you can imagine. So I would highly recommend, if you're looking for a blush to blow your mind, to have one from NARS in your makeup collection. And then last but not least, when it comes to blushes and when it comes to this video, the Laura Mercier blushes. I have almost all of them because I was lucky enough to receive them in PR. And I think these blushes are out of this world. So if you are the type of person that you love blush, but you don't know how to use it because you tend to go overboard, NARS blushes are not for you. But then Laura Mercier blushes are. These are beautiful, beautiful. And they are almost in the same price range. And you will not find the amount of shades in Laura Mercier as in NARS, but the colors that you can find in here will work for you. And they have different finishes as well, and these are easier to work with because the pigmentation is less extreme and they are just wonderful. They blend into your skin as if you were running and the blush came from within. They are two completely different formulas for sure, but they are both amazing formulas and I love these. These and the Becca blushes are my favorite blushes, but I couldn't make this video 3 hours long. From the NARS blushes, I would highly recommend Madly, Orgasm X, Orgasm, Luster, and Taj Mahal. And then I have a lot more favorites, but those are my top favorites. And then from Laura Mercier, I would highly recommend Strawberry. I would recommend Chai, Ginger, and Fresco. Those are my favorite shades from Laura Mercier. So that's it for this video, you guys. I hope you enjoyed. These are the luxury products that for me are worth the money. And if you have tried any other luxury products that I didn't mention on this video, or if you have tried these products and you like them or you don't like them, please let me know in the comments below. For an emoji today, if you watch the entire video, let's just put something that's related to sunrise because of the Natasha Denona sunrise palette. I'm gonna leave everything linked below. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell. I love you guys, and I guess I'll see you on the next one. Bye bye.